It is June 3rd. I hope everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day. Sorry I've been away so long. That's on me. I've been just dealing with some stuff, and now I'm getting back into it. Now, what? What brings me back? Huh? Is that the question I hear from you asking? It is. Well, fantastic. I just want to address this kind of bullshit with Fauci, and it, as most things do with him, pissed me off. I don't want to get into that if I can tell you how things are. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Now, a lot of you have hopefully already seen this, or heard about this, or been through this, and have kind of an understanding what's going on. So, there was a fucking email dump under a FOIA request, right? And this was for Dr. Fauci's emails from the last year or so. And there's a lot of bullshit in there. But there's some other shit in there that just contradicts mostly every fucking thing he said. Now, this is the same guy that's flip-flopped several times. You know, no mask, yes mask, double mask, so on and so forth. Get vaccinated, don't get vaccinated. And then it was, well, mostly what I want to focus on is, oh, there's no way it was man-made. No, it's like, well, it's highly possible from the man himself, the God, the Oracle, Fauci himself. Now, why? Like, why we swapping ideas? Particularly if, as it's been found out, that there was people telling him back in January 2020 that it was real. This is kind of I hate how this is formatted, by the way, but it was the one that had the email. So, thanks for sharing. Yes, I saw this earlier today, and both Eddie and myself are actually quoting it. It's a great article, but the problem is that our pathology analysis aren't able to answer whether the sequences are unusual and individual residuals, except that they are completely off. On a pathological tree, the virus looks totally normal, and the close clusters with bats suggest that bats serve as a reservoir. The unusual features of the virus make up a really small part of the genome, so one has to look really close at all the sequences to see that some of the features potentially look engineered. We have a good... no one cares. So some of the features potentially look engineered, right? And this is from January 31st, 2020. And this, I believe there's another email in there that kind of goes along the same, but it's a little more of a guy saying, hey, I think this has been made in the lab. He doesn't really cite research or any of that bullshit. Now, you're like, well, maybe. Timeline doesn't add up. No, it adds up. This is an article from May 5th, 2020, talking about if you look at the evolution of the virus in bats and what's out there now, it's very, very strongly leaning toward this could not have been artificially or deliberately manipulated. Everything about the stepwise evolution over time strongly indicates that this evolved in nature and then jumped species. This is a statement by fucking Dr. Fauci months later, after he's already been told at least twice now, that it could be possibly engineered. Right? Now, these are Dr. Fauci's emails. And there was another person who there was a couple people who made this claim. I think the biggest one being, President fucking Donald Trump. You don't have to like the man. I'm not particularly fond of him. But he put forward a theory too. A theory about coronavirus coming from a lab. Dr. Fauci spat in the face of that theory, as did all of the goddamn media. They shouted down anyone who talked about it. They censored you and they told you, nope, you're wrong. You can't say that. That's misinformation. Facebook take down your post. YouTube takes down your video. Twitter bans you, so you can't tweet. Yet here we are, over a year later. And guess what? Dr. Fauci, the God, the Oracle, himself, says, hey, probably made in a lab. Now, they talk about, species that found in nature. What? Species that's found in nature? The coronavirus, this specific variant is yet to be found in naturally occurring bats. Anywhere. To my knowledge. To this day, they have not found the exact same coronavirus. Anywhere in nature. But guess what? Guess what? We were already doing research on this back in 2014. That's when the U.S. shut down a project. The very same project that was then moved to Wuhan. Huh. Interesting. That's weird. Dr. I'm not going to go with the name. I can't say it. Sorry. This doctor was part of a team that worked on a coronavirus project jointly with U.S. doctors in 2014, but it was shut down by the DHS for being too risky. She continued to work in Wuhan, blah, blah, blah. So, in the article, they discuss back coronavirus show potential for human engineering. The article was published in 2015. So, this is something that's 5 years beforehand. A SARS-like cluster of circulating bat coronaviruses. Oh, wow. So, yeah. We've been doing research on this for 6 years. Funded by the DHS. This gain-of-function research, which Dr. Fauci, what did the God of the Oracle say about that shit? He supported it once upon a time. And we were giving millions of dollars to this Chinese lab for this research. But no, you're right. Up until a week ago, there's no way that this came from a lab, and you were a fucking crackpot for saying anything about it. Like, how do people still listen to this asshole? How do people still listen to fucking CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all that other crap? Like, huh? These people have no credibility at this point. Like, if this doesn't blow them up, what will? What will it take? They think they're untouchable, and it's not right. You know what I mean? Like, they're not news. They're entertainment at this point. They just fucking, all they do is mimic, and they have whatever the Democrats say. They're literally a sock puppet. They have fucking Democrat Party's hands shoved up their ass, working their mouth, going Trump bad, we're fucking coronavirus. No. Like, when's the last time any of them did any good reporting? And with the whole, CNN's been faking stories for how long? I remember, what was it, the hurricane? They had Anderson Cooper, someone literally wading into a puddle waist deep to make it look worse. And then they have pictures of him getting out, and he's on a road, and the road's fine, but no, he crawled on the side of the road into a puddle. I remember that picture. God, I'm sure I can find that, and that would just be, Yeah, actually, let's see if we can find it. Let's see. CNN fake puddle picture. Yeah, here it is, right here. See? He's wading into a puddle. Literally. Like, what? 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 Like, how? Like, this has been happening for years now. And yet people still think that these assholes should be trusted with anything. I don't. Anything comes out fucking CNN's garbage. Like, I don't listen to that crap. I pay attention to it just to see what kind of fucking bullshit narrative is being peddled that all my goddamn liberal fucking friends are going to be talking about. Like, oh, these guys are so great. No. That ain't true. They're not news anymore. These people are just fucking entertainment. And how long will we sit here and still listen to Dr. Fauci? Oh, because the doctor's in his name. There was plenty of doctors that were saying shit like this beforehand. And you know what happened to them? They got censored. They got shut down. No longer on Twitter. YouTube accounts taken down. Hell, this happened, was it a month ago? 2 months ago with governor of Florida, DeSantis. He did a little town hall with some doctors, and they went over some information, and they put that shit out, on YouTube, and YouTube said, no, this is misinformation, taken down. Like, what? Because Dr. Fauci and the CDC and the WHO, they're saying something different. Yet we know that the World Health Organization is in fucking China's pocket. Who do you think puts the fucking bill for that shit? You remember when they were saying that, the Chinese say that it's not transmissible human to human. That was one of the first things that fucking came out about this goddamn thing. Right? And guess what? They lapped it up like fucking everyone. That's what the world lapped up. CNN ran stories. Fucking everyone. Oh, no, you're fine. And then we came out, it's infectious. So we went 15 days, flatten the curve. Not 15 days shut down the fucking country. It was 15 days to flatten the curve so that we didn't overfill hospitals. Right? That was the premise. Well, that changed. That changed real fucking quick. As people fucking died in New York. Just died. In droves. I think New York has the highest death rate in the world for COVID. But Governor Cuomo, man, that guy did great. He fucking won awards, and what they were saying, Cuomo sexual, like they just all wanted to fucking, they couldn't suck enough jizz out that man's penis. God, they all took every facial they could from him, and then came out, oh, look at this guy, he's faking his numbers. The nursing homes, guess what? Yeah, he fucked that one away. He killed your nana. He killed your papa. He fucked your family. But there's no accountability for that. What, they ran like 1 or 2 stories, and then to make it go away, they came out with accusations of sexual assault. I think he was in the fucking 20s. Where'd that go? Oh, that's right, they don't care. They don't fucking care. But if that had been Trump or someone else, man, we'd still be hearing about it today. Even though the man is not in office, is out of the public space, is banned on every major platform, I guarantee if someone came out with a sexual assault case against him, it'd be top news. CNN would, licking their lips, because then their ratings actually might go up for a day or two as they ran that fucking story. Yeah, these people are still credible. Fauci's still credible. They fucked this all up. And we got to hold China responsible, right? They're the ones that were telling the WHO all this garbage information that was being peddled back to us. The CDC and the World Health Organization were just eating it up. And now you got Biden saying, oh, well, we're not going to do an investigation. That's the World Health Organization's problem. You think, yeah, okay. They're going to... China says everything's on the up and up, so it's good. No, nothing to see here, boys. Yeah. Just pull the shade over everyone's eyes, and it'll all go away. No, fuck that. China fucked the world. They hid data. They covered it up. And it cost lives. And I'm not just talking about from just the coronavirus. It cost lives in terms of economic livelihood. Think about all the businesses that have shut down here because of this fucking pandemic. Think of the riots and all that shit that went on over the summer, right? And you're like, well, no, dude. Maybe if everyone wasn't pent up inside, fucking listening to Dr. Fauci jerk himself off all goddamn day, all over CNN's fucking waiting face, as they couldn't take enough facials from this asshole. I think he's had to have the most airtime ever. So yeah, trying to fuck the world, and no one's gonna hold him accountable because we have fucking Biden in office. Fuck the Chinese Communist Party. Not the people. No, the Communist Party that runs that country, it's not their fault. They didn't do nothing wrong. Hell, a bunch of them fucking died too. Hell, you remember when they were welding people in their own homes to try and stop this thing? And then they covered up the whistleblowers? Yeah. Yeah, that's what communist parties do, but You know, that's what they were great. They're just fantastic. No, they're fucking terrible. And the fact that we're going to fucking not just shouting from the highest cliff we can, hey, fuck you, China, we're done, and start doing sanctions and everything, because someone's got to stand up to them. And it's gonna hurt us. I ain't gonna lie. You think our economies are entwined? They are. It is. It is what it is. But at some point, you gotta take the hit. You gotta step it up, because they need to be held accountable. Just like Dr. Fauci needs to be held accountable for the fucking garbage he's been peddling. And the thing is, he's flip-flopped on every issue he's fucking touched. Back to this. Remember, what was it, hydroxychloroquine that he was saying, oh, that's terrible, don't use that shit. Well, guess what? The FDA just fucking... Let's see. Let's find the article. I'm sure FDA just, I believe, approved it. Oh, right. FDA approved high... Let's see. Here we go. Ooh. FDA caution against use outside the hospital setting or clinical trial due to risk of heart rhythm problems. Approved hydroxychloroquine or FDA approved to treat or prevent malaria. Also approved to treat such as should be used for only patient can be appropriately monitored in the hospital as required by you in relation to clinical trial with appropriate setting and screening. FDA is reviewing the safety of the use when outside the hospital setting. Right? So, boom. Hydroxychloroquine, guess what? Treats it. But we couldn't do that before either. Time to wake up. Stop listening to all these assholes. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're here just to fucking peddle the bullshit of the I'm not even gonna say Democrat anymore. Fuck that. The Progressive Socialist Party. There's no Democrats left. The last good one left when fucking Tulsi Gabbard was that lady. I'm not a fan of either party. Just be clear here. Mitch McConnell can go fucking... He can suck the biggest donkey dick you can find. But Tulsi Gabbard, she was great. And she still is great. The things she says, the statements she makes. I'm here with it. But, outside of that, the Progressive Social Party can go eat a dick. And I'm tired of listening to Dr. Fauci, their hand puppet. And CNN, their little hand puppet. I'm done. Like, it's stupid. They've been proven they're unreliable. Time and time again. They get it wrong. And it just continues. Down the hole it goes. It's bullshit. It's all... If after all this you can still take CNN seriously, and you still take Dr. Fauci seriously, you're part of the problem. You're not a forward-thinking person, clearly. The evidence has changed. And that'll be your argument. Oh, the evidence has changed. There's something's different now. No, the evidence hasn't changed. They had these emails back in January 2020. Right? There was people saying this. Like I said, there was other doctors saying this. And they were all shunned. They were all ostracized. They were all marked as other and put away. Not to be heard. There was, no scientific method used here. It was one way or the fucking highway. And that's bullshit. Because as we're finding out, the voices that were silenced were right. Or, I'm sorry, may have been right. It is very likely that they were right. A lot more likely than some fucking asshole ate some goddamn bat in some fucking wet market. Yeah, so that doesn't sound like some racist shit. What do you think's more likely? That this virus escaped from this, this big Wuhan lab that's actually doing the research on this? Or do you think that the Chinese, because they're nasty people who have wet markets that are just disgusting, that they ate it and contracted there? Like, what statement sounds more realistic? Two, like saying people they have wet markets. Like, I don't know. That seems a little racist to me. Coming off like, oh, look at these fucking little. No, ooh, almost had a slur there. Yeah, let's not do that. But and I'm not a smart person. I am not smart by any means. So if I can come to this conclusion, boy, I feel bad for anyone who can't. But I guess I'll cut it here. Thank you for coming and watching. Maybe someone watched this, maybe someone doesn't, but I'll put it up anyway. Y'all have a good day. And I might do another recording today. We'll see how I feel because I got some fire in me about some other shit.